Right, hello. It's not many days in September where you can go outside with a t-shirt on and be comfortable. But today is one of those days. It is currently just pushing 15 degrees. It's a little bit of breeze, but it's not a cold breeze at all. But that's ideal conditions for airing the greenhouse a bit. So I think it's always important, you know, when you've got a greenhouse sort of locked up for winter. Obviously I have got a small fan blowing all the time, but when you do get them mild days, get that door open and let the air, totally change the air out. It can get stale, and then you're going to get detritus on your plants and get rot problems and fungal issues. So I will just shut the door while I'm in here because getting a bit of wind noise. So I did do a video a little while back on what I'm overwintering here, so I'm not going to go into every plant, but I will just have a look at how things have done from the last month. It's been pretty cold, to be fair, and I'm not heating this greenhouse this year. I have in previous years, but decided to go with the summer house instead. But yeah, we've got a lot of small edible date palms, and as you can see, the weeds are still growing well. But so yeah, I've really been in here for a couple of weeks and I haven't watered for over a month. So while it's extremely mild for the time of year, I give everything, I won't say good water, but give everything a drop. Apart from the cacti, I don't water anything cactus wise over winter, but I did do the small agaves. These are perii, which I grew from seed in the spring. So yeah, these are I guess about 9.5, 10 months old now. So they're not, nice little plants really. Strangely, they're all about same batch of seeds, but some have got really long, slender leaves, and some are a lot stockier, thicker leaves. But yeah, we'll see as they get bigger. So yeah, in general, everything's looking okay. Got some of the bigger date palms down there. Some agaves and cactus. Even got a aloe vera there, overwintering. And one of these philodendron xanadus, which I think I bought reduced from Morrison's a couple of years back. I think it was about 30p. So I'm not a fan of them. They're a bit too small and sort of scruffy looking for my liking, but that's survived every winter in the greenhouse. So this will be the first time I've not heated it, so we'll see what that does. Another plant that I'm not too fussed about is this Cheflero. It's just like a variegated house plant. It took a hit last winter. I brought it in after being in the summer, in the garden all summer, and it really dropped a lot of leaves. So this year I thought I ain't gonna bother, I'll just chuck it in a greenhouse and see what happens. But at the moment it's looking absolutely fine, so I just put a splash of water on there. Got a few cuttings at the back here from some random unnamed succulent I've got in my arid bed, which does kick out a lot of nice red flowers during summer, so I thought I'd take some cuttings of that. This is another variegated agave I took a cutting from in the summer. Or there's a pup coming from the mother plant in the arid bed. We've got purple hearts I had out the front of the garden all summer. I've divided that into several pots. They seem to be okay as long as they're kept frost free. They don't need any heat. These avocados, which I grew from seed, literally they're probably just over a year old. This is the biggest one, so it's not actually sitting on the floor, it's sitting on a pot. But yeah, it's pushing 3.5, 4 foot, and it's started to sort of branch out a bit, so that one's doing quite well. Still putting out new growth. The other ones I grew 2, and the other one is just one stem at the minute. It's not branched off, but that's nearly touching the ceiling of the greenhouse, which is on a shelf, so that's probably about 2.5 foot, that one. So I know there's plenty of videos out there how to grow avocados if anyone's interested. Most of them, they tend to grow them in water, but I have tried that and they're a bit slower than if you just put them straight into a pot. But you know, each their own. They do look nice if you're growing them just in a glass jar or something on the windowsill. We've got this is a blue cactus which got frosted last winter, and I cut it back there, and obviously we've got some new growth out the side. So yeah, never give up on your cactus, they can regenerate. Got some more of the purple heart plants there, and up here we've got the little fatsia here, which I self-seeded. That's self-seeded in the garden actually from one of the bigger ones. So I dug that up and just potted it because I didn't really know what to do with it at the time, so I'll let that overwinter as is. And the Tetrapanix pups, which I dug out in summer, leaves have all sort of died back, but the stem seems solid, so we'll see if they come back. There's a couple there. That's actually quite a lot thicker stem, that one, so we'll see if they come back in the spring next year. Another edible date there, Phoenix dectilifera. So I've got hundreds of these. That's probably about 3 years old, that one, where all these smaller ones are only a year old. What else of interest? We've got all the begonias I got reduced sort of late September, started to die back, so I bought them in here, so I'll keep them dry, and hopefully they'll come back next year if kept frost free. Loads of cordyline seedlings. A lot of them I've left out in the garden, but I brought a few of the better looking ones in just to give them a chance over winter. So these this is their second summer, so yeah, they're not looking too bad. They'd probably do better if I put them in a bigger pot. So yeah, not really much to note, like I say, and really just saying don't forget to air your greenhouses. I did very late on take some cuttings of some aeonians from the arid bed. I think they've taken because the little florets have opened up a bit more. These are actually ones while I was weeding I knocked off the main plant. So I've got some of the sort of black types there and some of the green types here. Like I say, they're just accidental knockoffs, so I just stuck them in a pot. And yeah, they don't need high temperatures to take the cuttings. They seem to grow best in spring and autumn anyway. The heat of the summer they don't do too much. So that is about it really. Only on a side note, I've got some I know it's a bit of a mess in here, I ain't really cleaned up. I'll do a good clean out in spring, I think. But yeah, we've got some spider plants that I've had outside. They chucked out loads of pups. I thought I'm going to just let them die and get frosted off, so I'll put them in here. Left them on the main stem. So we'll see. They've all got started to get roots. So next year I might chop them up and there'll be more experiments to put in the borders maybe, or somewhere in the garden. Right, that is it. Mild day. Don't forget to air your greenhouse. Thanks for watching.